Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Thursday, January 19th, 2012. There's a lot to cover, so let's get right into the charts. We're going to start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures, trading higher by 5.5 points at the moment to 1307.75. Very, very solid move for the futures. Again, the markets just keep on rallying day after day. There are no pullbacks in sight. Once again, the market trading higher. That means the U.S. dollar index is trading lower. The dollar now has traded lower for about 4 consecutive days, and we've had a 4-day rally here uh, beginning at the start of the week now. You're looking at the U.S. dollar index trading lower by 38 cents to right around $80.43 on the U.S. dollar index futures. So dollar down, market's inflating. Decent little pop up for the market. You have a lot of earnings out today, and you also have some positive economic news, or economic data, I should say, coming out of the European Union. It looks like Spain and, I believe, France both had successful bond auctions. Yields have moved down, showing higher demand for the bonds. Whether or not this is purchasing by the ECB or somebody else, another central bank, we really don't know. But either way, it looks like there was some demand for the bonds, and that is always a positive for the markets. You do have all of the European markets right now trading higher across the board. And that's helping things out here in the United States, at least for the futures, to trade higher. So we'll see exactly how that plays out. Right around 8:30 this morning, which is about 10 minutes away, we're going to have CPI data coming out, and then we'll also have, I believe, jobless claims today as well. So we're going to watch for that. Right around 8:30, we'll have a fair amount of economic data released. I don't think the market cares about the economic data too much. I think positive economic data will help the markets. Negative economic data will kind of be swept under the rug. Each and every day the market just continues to inflate, and it's just there's no fear out there whatsoever in the marketplace yet. So whenever you see a market like this and people start to get complacent, that may be where you have to start to worry a little bit. But either way, the markets continue to move higher, and as the S&P 500 futures are trading higher by 6 points. Now let's take a look at gold. GLD this morning is trading up a little bit, and not by much. Not by much. GLD closed at 161.60. It was trading higher, now has come back in, basically flat at the moment. Let's take a look at oil. Here's the USO. USO is trading up at $39.19. Closed at $38.83. So that is trading higher a little bit, by a little. And if you look at spot crude today, trading up about $1.20 to right around the 101.80 level. So decent little pop for oil, and we'll just have to see how it plays out. Now there are a lot of stocks today in the news. There were a lot of earnings are starting to come out in droves. Yesterday we had a few big companies. This afternoon you're going to have IBM, Google, American Express, Intel, Microsoft, and Capital One Financial, just to name a few. So there's a lot today after the close. But even this morning, you had a few, and also yesterday after the bell, you had a few. So let's take a look at a few charts here. I want to start off with eBay. eBay reported earnings yesterday. Stock is having a positive reaction. There looks to be pretty good resistance around the 32 level, and then more around $33. So eBay is trading up, but watch for a little resistance around 32. Again, after earnings, you got to be a little bit careful. It looks like it's a decent strong gap on eBay, at least at the start of the day. So be a little bit careful there. I'm not sure how to play that one just yet. Looking at the daily chart pattern, it's coming from a strong position. So the gap up looks to be pretty strong this morning. But there should be some resistance around 32. It may just be short term. Let's take a look at F5. That was another one. Here's a big cloud computing networking stock. This stock is trading up around the 118. Has upside potential to around 119, maybe 120. But great move for F5 this morning. That also is coming in from a very, very strong position. So that looks like a strong gap and may want to make another a little move higher. I would say around 119, though. You got to watch for resistance. Maybe on a day like today, if the markets are euphoric again, it could make a move to 120, but decent move there. Now, Bank of America reported earnings before the bell this morning. Stock is having a positive reaction. There looks to be a lot of resistance for BAC around the 750 level. So we'll see if it could even get up there. I'm not sure it does. Again, I don't care about the earnings, what they are, what they say. The market's reacting positive. That's all really that matters. I know a lot of people are going to say that the earnings were somewhat skewed, and probably are. All bank earnings, they use Enron accounting now. I can't make heads or tails out of that stuff. I really never could. Therefore, I only care about the stock market reaction. Watch the stock. Has a lot of resistance around 740, 750. There's going to be big resistance there. Not sure the stock will be able to get through that level. But nonetheless, it is trading higher today, but big resistance coming up, another 20, 25 cents away around the 750 level. Let's take a look at Morgan Stanley. They also reported earnings. I believe they were a miss, but it doesn't matter these days. Financials are in vogue. Everybody wants to. Everybody's buying the financials. They were the beaten down sector last year. Again, this stock's trading around $18.22 at the moment. You have a big 200-day moving average on the daily chart around $19.26. I do not know if it gets up there. I don't expect it. But right here, even at 18.22, all the way up to around 18.70, the stock will have pretty good resistance. So be careful on trying to buy Morgan Stanley at these levels. You'd rather see these things pull back and give you a nice setup. Right now, they're already overbought and extended. So again, it could trade higher. I can't rule that out. This is earnings. You never know how the market's going to react, and we do have a positive futures market out there. So, again, the stock is behaving pretty well. Let's take a look at FreeportMcMoran, everybody's favorite copper play. Stock this morning is trading right around $45.50. I believe the company missed earnings, but, again, it really doesn't matter. The stock should have very, very good resistance right around this level, $45.50 to $46. But once again, markets are somewhat euphoric. This gap is not coming from a strong position, so you got to be a little bit careful with it. It could be a fade candidate a little bit later. Okay, let's take a look at a couple of other stocks. I believe Union Pacific reported earnings as well. There's no volume here, but the stock is trading up a little bit to around the 110.55 level. That is up from yesterday's close, which was 109.82. Again, UMP is still in a real good position. Daily chart looks strong. I really don't see much wrong with Union Pacific at the moment. Let's take a look at Progressive Insurance, ticker symbol PGR. And you'll see this stock is trading right around 1985. It did have a quick dip this morning. There's not a lot here. The stock has a ton of resistance around $20.20, maybe $20.25. So watch for resistance up there if you own this stock. You may want to just try your stop, or you may want to take some profits. But in any case, that will be what we're looking at going forward on Progressive. So that's what I'm seeing right now. I'm just looking to see if there were any more big ones today. I know there are a lot of stocks coming out, but again, we'll have a lot more tomorrow, each and every day. So we'll have to see how this all plays out. But right now, everything is still euphoric. The markets are euphoric. Real quick note, Eastman Kodak did file for bankruptcy today. So ticker symbol, I believe, is EK. Eastman Kodak did file for bankruptcy. Stock's trading right around 59 cents, but nonetheless, they did file for Chapter 11. So once again, that stock is done in the water. Today it is official. The stock has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. So just to give everybody a heads up, I know last night we held a little webinar, and a lot of traders were asking about that one. But today they officially did file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, and that stock is no longer going to be in play. So once again, European markets are holding up. Asian markets were strong really across the board last night. And everything looks fine in stock world, but just remember when everybody gets complacent, you got to be a little bit cautious. But right now, futures are holding up very, very well, and we'll see how the markets react in another minute or two to the economic data. But you are going to have CPI, and you will have initial weekly jobless claims, so that could move the market. With that said, everybody, I want to wish you a great trading day, and I will see you all on the charts tomorrow. Have a good evening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.